China's efforts to push forward multilateralism and free trade have been expanding in Southeast Asia. Chinese Premier Li Keqiang is currently in Singapore, where he has paid an official visit and has attended the China-ASEAN Leaders Meeting, as well as the 21st ASEAN, China, Japan and South Korea Leaders Meeting. He is also scheduled to attend the 13th East Asia Summit during his 5-day trip. In a landmark move on Wednesday, China and ASEAN upgraded the protocol of their free trade agreements to build the largest free trade zone among developing countries. The move came just a day after the upgrade of the China-Singapore FTA. The two sides also approved the China-ASEAN Strategic Partnership Vision 2030, a key document planning the course of their ties in the coming decade. During the China-ASEAN meeting, Li called for a strengthened alignment of the Belt and Road Initiative and the ASEAN Community Vision 2025. He also called for a timely conclusion to negotiations on the 16-member Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. To lift China-ASEAN ties to a higher level, Li called for the two sides to strengthen the building of the three pillars, namely political security, economy and trade, and people-to-people exchanges. Meanwhile, China and ASEAN members agreed to reach a code of conduct over the South China Sea as soon as possible in order to properly manage differences, expand maritime cooperation, and maintain stability. The meeting comes at a critical juncture. Uncertainties in the world economy are felt by ASEAN members, with rising protectionism and anti-globalization sentiments casting shadow on their export-oriented economies. Facing the situation, ASEAN leaders said lifting China-ASEAN ties is poised to propel inclusive growth and bring prosperity to the Asia-Pacific region. Indonesian President Joko Widodo quoted a Chinese proverb and said, "One tree does not make a forest." He added that China and ASEAN have no choice but to strengthen cooperation and make themselves the pillar for peace and security, stability and prosperity. Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, whose country holds the rotating ASEAN chairmanship this year, said both ASEAN and China endorse open and rule-based multilateralism, and they support expanding opening up and mutual connection. China has been ASEAN's top trading partner for years. In 2017, China-ASEAN bilateral trade hit $514 billion, representing around 17% of the bloc's foreign trade. And the trade volume was more than 6 times what it was in 2003, when China and ASEAN established their strategic partnership. The two sides are looking to double their trade volume to $1 trillion by 2020, and this week we'll see another Chinese diplomatic push as Chinese President Xi Jinping is scheduled to pay state visits to Papua New Guinea, Brunei and the Philippines and attend the APEC leaders meeting, where he is expected to rally more support for open economy and common development.